Frank Yamama may not be a household name, but in Aboriginal country and roots music, he's royalty.
Please find me.
Frank's beautiful, sorrowful song, She Cried, records his waking up in hospital after spending a week in a coma.
And she cried.
I woke up, see my missus was crying, you know. And it, you know, like I'm bloody back to this world of living. So that's the reason why I write the song. I love it when I'm singing that song sometime, you know.
Frank's late father, Isaac Yamma, was known as the godfather of Central Australian music. From the late 60s on, he sang modern songs in traditional language. Frank began touring with his dad when he was 7.
Just take me back in time when I was young, you know, and all these strong memories are still around.
We got some albums to show me.
Oh boy, yeah.
Author and music journalist Clinton Walker has chronicled this history in his book Buried Country.
Oh yeah, well, Vic Sims, The Loner.
Nice.
This is the album that Vic cut in Bathurst Jail.
His book includes the story of Vic Sims, who turned a stint in Bathurst Jail into a famous performance.
Vic had his battles with the bottle and a few things and finds himself inside. Bought a guitar, as he loves to tell the story, for 2 packets of tobacco. Johnny Cash had just done live at Folsom Prison, right? And that was a huge hit all around the world, so Australian record companies, being what they are, thought, well, they did that over there in America. We'll do it here. We got this black fella in Bathurst Jail. Let's go and cut a record with him.
Even while finishing his sentence, Vic Sims toured in support of the album.
And I started to do shows around particular parts of the state, and I was going out to malls and everything like this to promote the record.
Aboriginal country music started much earlier than that 1973 performance. In fact, before Aboriginal dance and art were popular, it was one of the only ways of having stories heard.
It became, that vehicle that Aboriginal people had for telling their stories before there was writers or poets or anything, you know. I mean, this is going back to the 1930s, 1920s, 1930s.
My brown skin, baby, they take him away.
Bob Randall's song Brown Skinned Baby told the stories of the stolen generation.
Here was a song, Brown Skinned Baby, about children being taken from their families. Now, this was written in the mid to late 60s when there was certainly no recognition within white Australia generally. There's that story being told.
Told us to read, to write and pray. Then they took the children away, took the children away.
In the 90s, those stories did get more attention, particularly through Archie Roach's breakthrough 1990 album, Charcoal Lane, which included Took the Children Away.
My grandmother was stolen. That's a song that we heard a lot, and it means a lot. Like, every time I listen to it, you still feel it, it affects you.
Leah Flanagan is a young artist building on this tradition for her own rootsy songs and the odd cover.
It's a very famous song in Darwin. It's in the north coast of Australia by the Arafura Sea.
Leah's songs are modern and breezy, but she says the history of the performers that went before her is revered throughout Aboriginal communities.
The setting sun sinks later in September. For us, it's great to see the stuff that you have, your history, finally in a book, because when you come from an Aboriginal background, it's really hard to read or learn anything about the history of Indigenous anything that's, even from an Aboriginal perspective.
Like the legends
my tribal